Now, if you're looking to understand your ideal client and create content that resonates, there's something you really need to have a look at. This is amazing. Like I've got the avatar diary, which is 7 entries just before needing your product. It's mental. So if you go back to the other videos, you'll see sort of like a bit of a glimpse into people's world. I've got one at the moment, which is for estate agents, or which is I think his name's Dan, and he's looking for a home for him and his wife. So we check that video out. We kind of heard the crossover from the doubts to the aspirations of what he wants to do. But this is my avatar, Jason, and he's 43, and he wants to understand his audience to create content that resonates. Yeah, to create content that resonates. And so what I've done, I've got his 7 entries. I put them into ChatGPT because it's all got a moment because the other software's in beta and it's not quite there, but it's getting there, and I can't wait for that. That's gonna be amazing, like when that comes out. But anyways, yeah, so I'm using ChatGPT to create content uh, for understanding of my ideal client or avatar. And yeah, so what I'm doing here is I'm having a conversation with Jason as if like this is Jason. I put all my entries in there from the avatar diary, and yeah, and it's just like the first start. I've got the subconscious additions happening soon, which is gonna be amazing. But ChatGPT is just not going to handle that, so that's why I'm waiting for the other software, which I'll show you that. But but yeah, just look at this. Like so, I've asked Jason, "Hey, what's happening?" And he's replying, "Hey there, things been a whirlpool of emotions lately. I've been caught in this so-called fear and excitement as I grapple with the idea of truly understanding my audience to create content that resonates on a deeper level. It feels like I'm on the edge of something big, but taking that first real step is terrifying, you know? It's like I have this deep longing to connect with my audience on a profound level, but there are so many doubts and fears holding me back. I'm just looking for that sign that to I see ChatGPT. I'm just looking for that sign to finally that push to finally leap into this journey fully. How about you? How have you been? So that so if as you can see, that's showing you where Jason's at. He's wants to create content that resonates on a deeper level. He wants to understand his audience, and through the avatar diary, obviously this is my avatar, and so through avatar diary, you can see where they're at. And like I say, I'm just looking for that sign. So the diary is literally just before wanting your product or services helps them. This is my avatar. If you know your avatar, your niche, and primary goal, the one thing they want, the problem you solve, then we can I can just start with that. Obviously, with subconscious additions, I need more information, but just for the diary, I can just use those three. And yeah, get into contact, and we'll talk about that one. So yeah, just carrying on. So he's asked me, so yeah, how have I been? I'm like, I'm good, just creating content. So he replies, that's great to hear. Creating content can both be a rewarding and daunting task, especially when you're aiming to really connect with your audience on a deeper level. I can't help but feel a bit nervous seeing others in action, managing to keep up the pace with their content creation. I want to be there too. So you see, this is what Jason wants to finally be in place where I am confident in the content I create because I truly understand my audience, their needs, their desires, their perspectives. It's like embarking on a journey to find that missing puzzle piece that would complete the picture and forge that genuine connection. Because that's what a lot of people don't really understand avatar properly. Especially if you're at a transformation yourself and you're changing and well you've had that change, you don't really remember the thoughts, feelings, and aspirations that you had before because you've had that transformation. So it's very difficult. So with this avatar diary, you can start going back and start remembering what it was. and talk to your customers in a way that that they get that you understand. So let's carry on anyway. But I must admit, the road seems a bit foggy right now with all these fears and doubts clouding my path. It's like every step forward is met with a what if that holds me back. What has your journey been like? Do you have any advice for someone who's pretty much paralyzed by the fear of the unknown? So as you can see, this is literally Jason's not sure, what if this, what if that, he's got his doubts clouding his path, and he's asked me for some advice. So, obviously being empathic, I know how you feel, but I have found an easy way to connect with my audience. Let's go back, Jason. That sounds amazing. I'm genuinely excited to hear about your approach because it feels like I've been grappling in the dark, not quite able to pinpoint the right way to connect deeply with my audience. So as you can see, where he's at. I've tried various strategies from blinded imitating successful creators to pouring money into high-end courses that promise to unlock the secret to understand my audience, but they all fail flat, leaving me feeling even more lost and disconnected. So as you can see, like these are the mistakes they've been doing, imitating successful creators, pouring money into high-end courses. This is sort of information that is like gold, really, if you know what they've been trying and not worked. So let's carry on. Hearing that you found an easy way to connect gives me hope. Would you mind sharing what worked for you? I'm always. Oh, go the battery. One sec. Where was I? Hearing that you found an easy way to connect gives me hope. Would you mind sharing what worked for you? I'm all ears for any insight or advice that could help me navigate through this abyss of uncertainty and fear. It's time to shed light on this hidden conversation within me and turn it into a beautiful, fulfilling reality. So Jason is looking for something. He's looking, for that product that the service that needs to change. Obviously, my service is the Avatar Diary, and this is what Jason needs because he's a content creator that's trying to understand his audience. But so yeah, so I'm come back being empathetic. I've got to know if it's fit for your problem first. What is your problem? Because when you fix someone's problems, you need to know what they are at the end of the day. So I help content creators understand their avatar or their ideal client to create content. This content's not necessarily just like Facebook posts, Instagram posts. You can use it for blogs, podcasts. What about having a whole podcast talking about their dreams, aspirations, their fears, letting people know that you really do understand like where they're coming from. So I've asked him what his problem is. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate consideration. My more core problem is that I'm struggling to understand and connect with my audience on a profound level. I have this deep-seated desire to create content that resonates strongly with each individual in my audience, but despite my best efforts, I haven't been able to achieve this. So I'm not going to go into all these, but I think you start getting the gist of it, really, it goes into it. And I asked, you say self-doubt, what does that mean? So self-doubt for means manifests as this lingering inner critic. So so that's what his self-doubt is. What if I'm not good enough? What if I cannot truly connect with my audience? These are sort of things Jason are asking themselves. The self-doubt is augmented by the fear of not meeting external expectations, of not being able to live up to standards set by industry or society at large. So these, Jason's telling me like, you know, his fears, aspirations, doubts. You know, so he talks about his dream and what is your dream? And this is Jason's dream. How would you like to be able to talk to people's dreams? My dream is to connect profoundly with my audience through the content I create. I envision crafting pieces that resonate on a deep emotional level with each individual in my audience, truly understanding their desires, their pains, their joys, and their journeys. This isn't just about demographic data or surface levels understanding. I yearn for a nuanced, deep connection where I can feel the heartbeat of my community and speak directly to their souls, creating a bond that is both authentic and enriching. Now, if you can relate into this, as being Jason. Yeah, have I given you some nuanced um information about yourself, what you've been doing? Yeah, this is what we long for. I long to beacon of understanding, a creator who can skillfully navigate the turbulent waters of content creation with a clear vision, steering my ship with confidence and purpose. Do you really know what you're doing with your content? Is there a purpose behind it? Are you just putting out stuff that's not obviously not resonating? That's what we want, deep resonating content, really. There's this fierce desire to overcome the paralyzed self-doubt and the barriers that have been holding me back. Uh, in the diary, all that information's in there. There's so much. I mean, it's like, well, I know it's over 17. It could be even like 27. Um, just pick choose that number. Yeah, I'm definitely over 17. Could be 27. Can't remember the first number. But yeah, touch points just in the diary. I wait until like subconscious editions comes out because that's gonna be like I think it's like 50 in there. That is late intense. That is so yeah, I hope you sort of get what I'm getting at. Once you put your diary into ChatGPT, then yeah, once you put your diary in ChatGPT, then you can start talking to your avatar or your ideal client and start understanding them in a way that you can create content that resonates. So anyway, leave a comment and yeah, let me know what you think.